So thank you so much for always organizing all these programs, diploma program. And ever since we started a few years ago to this time, we've seen a lot of changes, a lot of improvement. And I want to say well done, sir, and congratulations. I also want to seize this opportunity to share, for giving me that opportunity to share my nugget of wisdom on leadership and management all the time on this particular program. I also want to thank all our participants and the learners for your patience and willingness to want to learn and listen to a humble soul of myself. So thank you also to all our co-trainers, as I'm also one of them, learning and also teaching. So this is just a brief about me, and these are the things that I do. But something I just want to draw your attention in. When we first started a prestige um, consulting firm, I will be honest with you that I always say on the platform that I'm too shy to teach because I don't classify myself as a teacher. But you will be amazed to know that the very first person, almost 3 years now, the very first person that pushed me this system is is Dr. Lonson. He must have seen what I didn't see because I keep on saying I'm an inspirational speaker, I'm a mentor, coach, and advisor. But whatever he saw in me, he brought me out and he gave me the platform to teach on this PCCF. And that was the story that I want to share with you. And I do not take that for granted. So, in my line of story of my life, Dr. Lawson's name will be ringing in my or further story because I never think I can teach or train the way I'm training now. And as you can see from this platform, you can see that I've really been improving myself in that area where others as well believed in me now to be teaching their on their platform in their institute and also in the university. And you can see from the Oxford University here in UK even inviting me to be honored as icon of leadership and empowerment. So this is how far my humble self has gone through, and I've written the book on one of the topic that we are reading today. So the book is on mindset for transforming leadership and management, and few of the things I'll be sharing with you will be on that book. The book is in form of a workshop so that you can use it for yourself, for your leadership, and you can also use it to teach on that particular topic on mindset for transforming leadership and management. And you can get it from Amazon or www.y.y.ci.org.uk. So, but the main story about this is that it was the making and the inspiration of Dr. Tom Lonson that has really empowered me, inspired me to be one of the teachers. So, on this note, I would like to say thank you so much, Dr. Lonson Tom, for seeing what I didn't see in me and also empowering me to be one of the trainer. But not saying that I'm not expert yet. I'm still crawling. You know, the fact that I always tell people some will crawl, some will fly, some will run, and some will walk. So I think my state of teaching is still on crawling stage. So bear with me if I'm not meeting all your expectation. Okay, so let's move on. Before we go on further, I would like to say, just to recap and to remind you that how can you consider yourself as a leader? Because before we start talking about the style and also the theory of a leader, I want you to know that we are all leaders, or it depends on what is the level of your leadership. We all have leadership in us. So today is going to be in a form of interactive, and also to make all of us be in a form of discussion, and also critical, applying our critical thinking and thinking fast. Very, very important. So your action is your leadership. Attitude and bold, and be in a high confidence, and be brave as a leader. So what is the leader's formula? E plus R equals O. Event and response equals overcome. So that means any leader anywhere, your status or your position is to lead people. But how do you want to lead people? You lead people because you, first of all, recognize the problem. You recognize the situation, the event that is taking place. You recognize the loophole. You recognize that, and you were positioned to be the one leading. And then your reaction towards that event is equal to overcome. So that means how you react to it, how you now lead people to that, makes you and your team to overcome the problem. So that's why it is E plus R equals overcome. But for leaders to lead and direct and manage, we need to know how to relate with them. Do you know your students? Do you know how well do you know your team members? How well do you know those people you are going to lead? Do you know their aspiration? Do you know their weakness, their weakness and strength? Do you know the way you can motivate them and inspire them? Do you know how to coordinate and facilitate for them to follow? Do you know the way to make them believe and trust in you? Do you know the way they can even follow you and learn? Do you know the way to add value to the situation and add value to your team members? These are the questions. So, followers want direction. They need step-by-step instruction. They require constant assurance and approval, often as a means to covering themselves should something go wrong. Are you in that position? Are you ready to give them the assurance? Are you ready to lead them? Do you also know the strategy to use and the goals to achieve? Do you understand it better? And are you explaining it better for them to understand so that they can flow and walk with you? So that they can understand the way you are leading them, the way you are managing them. Very good questions. So that one you need to think. Okay, so what are the 4 traits of successful leadership? The 4 qualities of an effective leader are the ability to build influence. Do you have that ability as a leader? Because all of us are leaders, but we need to really check on us. And that's more reason why this kind of diploma course is very, very important. And I want to give credit to Dr. Lonson and PCCF for consistently teaching, because consistent teaching is very, very important. We are not teaching to just get certificate. We are not learning to just earn certificate. We are learning to get better in our leadership. So that is why I really appreciate this platform. Maintain a strong system of communication. Remember I said earlier on for your team leaders, team members, or the ones that are following you, or your students, before they can understand you, do you have to find a system of communicating with them so that they can comprehend, they can understand, and they will be able to flow with you. Some of them might even have better ideas than us. So when you open flow, open communication, you'll be able to hear their views and they'll be able to hear you as well. Very, very important. Inspire employees. The reason why I didn't open my camera earlier is because I know I'm looking strange on this platform and I don't want to waste time on the comment. Maintain a strong system of communication, but it's still me, Elizabeth. It's just that there was a change going on after my sister's birthday. Inspire employee and keep them motivated to perform well and lead compassionately. So these are the 4 traits. Please bear in mind because I'm going to ask you again. Leaders with this quality helps their employees, their followers, their team members thrive in both their personal and professional lives. Okay. So what qualities should a leader have? Integrity. Naturally, integrity is the top of the list as one of the most critical leadership qualities. Integrity, self-awareness, empathy, communication, active listening, growth mindset, be patient, and also be optimistic. So these are the qualities. I'm going to ask you some questions which I want you to please respond as soon as possible. So what are the 5 qualities of a good leader then? We have decisiveness, the ability to make decisions, particularly when under pressure, is an important skill to master in respect of the leadership styles you are applying. Trustworthiness is very important. You want your followers, your team members, even your organization, and even the collaborators. You want them to understand you, and you want them to trust you. Very important. Then empowerment of others. How do you empower them to be better? Because you have to add value to your team members. Clear communication, as we said, then resilience. Okay, so saying that, most of the things is Adam University. Okay, so saying that now, let me come out of this. Let's see one another. Can you please open your camera and get ready to answer my question as soon as possible? So the first thing I said was if somebody can help me, is on leadership formula. So what do you understand and how is it? What is the meaning of it? Please, with immediate effect, please, I want us to quickly respond to that. Quickly. We just want to recap of what I've said. So, please, who is going to be the first to respond? Vincent Jala, Oladele Ojo. Are you
Good
with me at all?
afternoon.
Good afternoon. So please, I want you to write it on the chat box so that we can recover quickly. What is the leadership formula that I just gave you? Hello? Am I talking to somebody? Is somebody responding to me? I've said right from the beginning, and even Dr. London have said it, it's going to be an interactive, and that is the main reason why we are doing this program. So I want a response as soon as possible, please. What are the we still have a long way to go, so please answer this question. What is the formula of a leader? What are we expecting a leader to do?
Um, Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. First of all,
While we are listening to Mr. Camara, I want others to please use the chat box quickly, quickly. Yes, sir.
okay. First of all, I want to thank you and to the leadership of pre- um, prestigious Kunza consulting firm. Quickly on your question, the leadership formula, passed by your explanation, your teachings, is the ERO, which
Okay.
is the event, response, and the outcome. How event as a leader, you should be able to know how event unfold, what will be your response, and your response to event will lead to the outcome as a leader. So the simple formula here is ERO, event, response, and outcome. That's the formula one.
Thank you so much, Mr. Camara. You've done the justice to that. And I'm surprised that nobody is typing. Okay, Miss Gloria Lonson, thank you so much. What about others, please? Thank you so much. Mr. Oladele Ojo, please, quickly, because we still have time to meet. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Crown. Okay, Mr. Oladele Ojo, yes, please.
Um, Good morning from here. Thank you very much, ma. I'm so
Thank you.
sorry. I joined the program late because of my time zone. Um, I think where I entered is from the qualities of a good leader.
We are going to
Where
get
I
there.
learned,
We are going to get there. That's fine.
okay,
That will be
that's
my
where I
next
joined the
question.
program.
Okay, that will be my next question. So my next
Okay.
question, though, that one, thank you so much for those that have responded. Please respond on time so that we don't waste much time. We still have a long way to go. So thank you, Mr. Crown. Thank you, Mr. Okoye. Thank you, Miss Lawson. And thank you for Mr. Camara. And then the next question is just the one that you said you joined us was the 4 traits of successful leadership. So can you please tell me the 4 quality of an effective leader? 4. Quickly, quickly on the type, or please type it on the chat box if you can, or mention it to me. I think somebody is doing the justice. Okay, please quickly, quickly, let's move on. Hello,
I
I
think
haven't heard.
from there I got two. I wrote down two: maintain
Okay,
good system of communication and
yes,
inspired employee. So
thank you
that's
so much.
exactly where I connected.
Yeah, that is good. So for those people that have been with me since, can you please write the 4 traits? Our brother has given us two, but let us recap and please um add all the 4 traits on the chat box. Please, can somebody respond quickly? Please don't sleep on me. We are having discussion. That's the main reason why you want me live on this training. So please, the ability to build influence, main strong system of communication, lead compassiously, and inspire employee. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on quickly because we have a lot to cover. And then the last one was, what qualities should a leader have? What qualities? We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What qualities should a leader have? Please write it down quickly, quickly, quickly. Please respond. Quality, good communication, inspiration, good listening ears, equal leadership, exuberance. Okay. And then quality, we have, okay, wow. Who is this? Dr. Lonson. Oh my God. All right. Thank you so much. Dr. Lonson has really helped us to summarize what I've said. Please, this is the kind of thing that we want you to be responding, especially on the platform WhatsApp in the evening. So take note of that. Thank you so much for those that have responded. Now we can move on quickly to our real topic of today. So let me say we are. Hey, the topic: leadership styles and theory. Understanding leadership theories and styles can help you be more effective in your roles, particularly if you frequently collaborate with or manage others. Also, during the job search process or interviews, may assess your leadership potential. So it can be helpful for you to assess yourself now before you go for that interview, before you apply for the job, to know what exactly the style of a leadership that you are going to be applying. So it can be helpful to understand your preferred leadership practice. So let's move on. Leadership styles is the way a leader approaches managing team members. It's the way they approach the members of the team, how they are managing them, how they are leading them, and how they are guiding them to achieve the goals that has been set. So this style were formally developed as a result of studies on leadership theory, and each style includes distinct qualities, common leadership styles, which include, we will go about this one as the line goes on. Okay, so learn your leadership management style to become a better leader. Whether you are managing a small business or you are managing a big team, your leadership style heavily impacts how your direct report see you and how your team works together to achieve your company's goals. So that means your team members or those you are directing and leading should understand the kind of style you are using. We are all leaders and we are also working for others. So you need to now assess. I'm sure some of you are working at the moment, and some of you have your own company, your organization, and some of you are also working voluntarily as well. Okay, so you will know from there. Once you understand what we are teaching you today, you'll be able to apply, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to know the kind of style. And that is why we are reading all these things. So if you want to be a leader that makes a difference, you will need to keep growing and embrace change, even in respect of the style you are using. So are you ready to get started? Oh, yes, you are. Why should you identify your leadership theory and style? Why? Why is it necessary? Considering your thoughts about and practices of leadership can help you identify your own area of strength and weakness. Take action to become a better leader. So that means your strengths and your weaknesses will dictate the kind of who you are, your personalities, and we also dictate on how to manage people around you, how to lead. So, do you know your strength to start with? Do you know your weaknesses? I pause there. Do you know your strength? And do you know your weaknesses? Then the second one, try to think about what quality you possess. I'm actually going to bring this thing down because I want to see other people responding. Okay, so try to think about what quality you possess and what one you can develop. By the time we finish our teaching today, you should be able to know. You should be able to try see some qualities of each individual styles. Then ask yourself what leadership theory you agree with or would like to follow. But before you ask yourself, some of you are presently working in an organization. So when you understand this better, you will know why you are in that organization to start with. What problem are you solving? Then the next question is, what kind of leadership, if you are placed in a position of a director or of a manager or as a strategic manager and others like that, you'll be able to know your strength, your weakness, and you'll be able to now know exactly the leadership that will suit you and suit the organization you are working for, and the game, and also the goals you want to achieve. So before you make that decision of choosing the leadership, if you haven't chosen it yet, or the one you are leading now, you don't know exactly the style you are using. Yeah. So you need to assess the company that you are working with, or the business that you have, and how you want to achieve the goals being set. So you need to assess yourself. Your strengths should be the first priority. That is why I always tell people, know who you are, know your purpose, know your game, your gift, because you are going there to demonstrate who you are, your strength, your gifts, even your weaknesses that you can develop and get better. So by evaluating your skills, you can understand how to better lead your group. And you also need to let them understand, not by saying it, but with your actions. You need to let your group understand the way you are teaching them. Some of them will not agree with you for that leadership style you are using. But as time goes on, when they now seeing the results of how you've been responding to the event, how you've been focusing and working towards achieving the goals with them, some of them can come to a better understanding the main reason why you have to use that leadership style. Some theories and styles of leadership are better for certain work environments than others. It's just like what I said. And that's the more reason why you need to know your company, know your organization, know your business well. And with the knowledge of the theory and the styles of this leadership, you'll be able to know the appropriate leadership style to apply. And you can practice a single style or try a mixed base on your needs. But let's move on. So the question is, let me see again. Why is it important to know your leadership style? A leadership style refers to a leader's method and behavior when directing, motivating, and managing others. A person's leadership style also determines how they strategize and implement plans while accounting for the expectation of stakeholders and the well-being of them. So knowing your leadership style again helps you to provide adequate guidance and feedback to employees, and better understanding of your thoughts, because they need to understand you, how you make decisions and strategize you can consider implementing when making business decisions. So you can see how important this leadership style is. Now you can now understand why people have to choose the kind of leadership style they are using. So now you will understand the main reason why they are using that style. Now you can understand why even in the areas of government as well, because leadership is leadership. Leaders all over the world. So you can now know the reason why, for example, when we come to the government, we can now know the reason why Mr. President Tinubu is using one kind of leadership style, and what's my friend's name? Trump from USA is also using another style. You can know the reason why the former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, the style he was using. You can also know the style that Obama was using during his own tenure. You can also know the leadership style that your teachers have used in the past or your lecturers. You can also know the reason why they are all choosing the right kind of leadership style they are applying. So it can also help you understand how your direct report see you and why they may give you specific feedback. For example, if employees feel shifting at work and don't have many opportunities to speak their minds, they may be telling you that you are an autocratic leader who can benefit from changing their styles. So you can see, all right? And then knowing your leadership style may help you improve with limited feedback. Each leadership style has its pitfall, allowing you to proactively address area of improvement. This is critical because some employees might hesitate to speak up even in an anonymous survey. So, but one thing is clear about this. I'm going to now show you this. Very important. I hope you are still with me. Leaders, and what are leadership theory and leadership style? What are they? We've been talking about why. What's the main reason? What is so important about us knowing the leadership style? What is so important about us knowing the theory behind it? We've finalized that because the time will not permit me to go in depth. So that's why I'm moving forward. So, but leadership theory studies the qualities of good leaders. Psychologists analyze and develop leadership theory, and researchers try to discover the common quality in various, like I've just listed with you, the president of Nigeria, the president of America, the president of South Africa, and others, and also the teachers, and even the leaders, the directors. And even the directors, they're different. We have the directors in the health department. We have directors in the environment department. We have directors also in others department. We have a strategic the directors. So, but how are they handling the case? Even the managers. We have managers in the sales department. We have managers in the human resources department. We have managers all over. So, but what are the styles? And why bringing out the styles? Why is it established? Some leadership aspects they consider including the personality traits. So, like I said to you, it brings out who you are. It brings out your strengths and your weakness. No leaders is perfect because no one is perfect. But maybe the thing that we apply is either we apply the wrong leadership style or that is not relating or align with your own personality. Or maybe you apply the leadership style and others could not understand the way you are leading them. You know yourself, but they don't understand. So you are the ones to now make them to understand why you are leading in this area. So we have something like personality traits, who you are, how you've developed yourself, the kind of category you find yourself, the association you belongs, your network, your net worth, how you've developed yourself, the kind of information you are storing into your mindset, the kind of belief that you have, the kind of lifestyle that you live, your lifestyle, your habits. So that's one of those things that we apply in your leadership style. Then the next one is action. Actions you are taking, how you are responding to problems, how you are seeing and perceiving the problems. Are you always perceiving that this problem is too huge, that you cannot overcome? Are you seeing it because people are following you? You are the influential leader. They might know more than you. That is the truth. But you are leading at this stage. So whatever action you are taking, they are following. Are you taking the right action based on the leadership style you are using? Then the environment also will dictate the kind of leadership style you are applying. For example, teachers cannot use a certain leadership style like the president. A president cannot use some certain leadership style like teachers or lecturers. And even the manager sometimes cannot apply a certain leadership style. So they have to understand the situation, the environment, the action taken, their personality, the traits, their decision-making process, how input is received, how relationships are maintained. That we derive from the leadership style that they are applying. For example, take me for example. All my years I've been an inspirational person. All my life. So you can see me doing other things. And I can combine both my inspirational with transformational. Everybody now knows that I'm a transformational leader. I understand what it meant. And I'm applying it. And all my skills, my personality traits, my actions, even the environment I am. I've been to Nigeria, I've lived in Nigeria, I've lived in Africa, I've lived here. So the environment matters. The way I will speak to somebody here in UK will be different from the person in Africa or even in Asia. So I have to be multi-person and be flexible and be adaptable to change. Because I'm moving around. And then situation. What kind of situation it is? Because if you don't understand the situation, you won't actually apply the right leadership style. Then decision making process and how input is received and how relationships are maintained. Because if you want to, I'm a relationship expert. If you want to apply as a leader, if you want to relate with others, the followers, your team members, that we also should derive from your leadership style. You don't want to apply autocratic leadership style and expecting people to be with you at all times. And at the same time, it also depends on the goals you want to achieve. So that is why it is very important. And thanks to Jane that has really explained. Jane is indeed career coach that has explained more. If you want to know about it, you can Google it. Okay. So now we want to talk about we want to talk about the style according to the theory. But let me come out with you. Hello, are you still with me? So the question there, I want to ask you quickly, and I want you to answer me, please. The theory. Okay, let's do this. What are the leadership aspects that you can consider before you choose your leadership style? So answering this question will depend on your own personal development now. So, and I want to know you better. So, Mr. Kamara, looking at the list of personalities, the actions, what are the, I just want you to list it on the platform for us. the aspect that you need to look into before you decide or before you recognize the kind of leadership style that you are applying. Am I correct? Am I understood? Hello? Hello, are you with me? Hello? Okoye, Sunday, Nelson, Oladele Ojo.
Yes, we are with you.
Okay,
Yes, we are with you, sir.
okay. So what
You are with him,
qualities? Okay, so what the qualities that you need to look into yourself to determine the kind of leadership style that you want to apply? I just mentioned few. One of them is personalities. So can you help me with the rest? Quickly, 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 quickly. Because I don't think I've just been talking and nobody's listening. You just told me now that you are with me. So please, on the chat box, can you remind me of the skills, I mean, of the qualities that I'm looking at for me to now apply or choose a leadership style? So I want somebody to give me the list. I've mentioned one, personality traits. Others is simple to remember. Please, are you with me? Please type or say yours. Hello, I've got 2 seconds to do
Yeah,
this.
we are with you, man.
Okay, sir. So tell me, what are the qualities when you are deciding or when you are now recognizing the leadership style that you are applying?
Yeah, Sonny Nelson. As for me,
Listening. I'm even applying my own leadership style by allowing others to express themselves. So I'm sure by the time we finish today, you will know the kind of leadership style I'm applying. So I'm expecting us to please respond. Thank you so much, Mr. Camara. You've written integrity, vision, communication, mentorship. It's a good answer, but the one I've mentioned is a the reason, the theory behind leadership style. And I've said it's a matter of you assessing some qualities. Thank you, resilience, selfishness, and empathy. Thank you so much. But I just mentioned some few things that you need to look into before you choose your leadership style. That's what I want you to list. That's what I want you to look at. That's the one I want you to list. I just mentioned it. And I said the first one was a personality trait. Who you are, your strength, your weakness, and your gifts, your talents, your potentials. These are your personalities. But there's still other areas that you need to look into before you choose your leadership style. I'm waiting. I'm giving you another second, please. Because okay, yes. Action is one of them. Foresight, self-esteem. Okay. Foresight is the quality of your leadership. But I'm talking about maybe I need to, I'm talking about the condition, I'm talking about the theory behind. There must be a theory. I mean, take for instance, yes, thank you so much. Environment, for example. You have to assess the environment before you can now know the kind of leadership style. Action is also one of them. Decision-making process, yes. Passion, decision-making, I'm still waiting because I've listed some and only few that you've mentioned. I mean, I'm talking about, for example, you are working in an environment, you are working in an organization, and you want to apply your leadership style. What are the points that you have to look into before you apply that leadership? Because if you don't assess this properly, you might end up applying a leadership style that doesn't resonate with that company, that organization, or your business. And the people you are leading, it doesn't resonate. So it's very important that we assess these few points. You've mentioned one, situation, decision making, how input is received, how a relationship maintained in that environment. Very important. Action. So can somebody else also say more? And how input received? Yes. Thank you. Somebody has, I haven't said, okay, somebody has mentioned manage situation. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's put, so I want to believe that you now understand the theory behind your leadership style. You need to know the action to take. You need to know, understand yourself as a leader. Know your skills. Imagine me applying democratic or something when I know that it doesn't suit my business, it doesn't suit my Y.Y.C.I International, it doesn't suit me. And you can see my little bit of my profile, where now I'm like overwhelmed with the appointments because people likes this leadership style I'm using. They understand the leadership style I'm using, and they want me to be the leader of their organization, to be part of their advisory board and trustee. That is me. And because I understand, because I work both nationally and globally, so I understand what it takes for me to apply that leadership I'm using. So you also need to know all this list and then start assessing it, researching it. And that will make it to apply the right leadership style. I hope we are all understanding what I'm saying. Because I might not be
Yes, ma'am.
expert. I might not be expert in teaching you all this theory. Because I'm not interested in so many books or theories. Because if you Google, you can get all the information. But with my little way and little simple English, I want at least, we are up to 11, at least if 5 of you can understand it and apply it, it's okay by me. It's about application. Listen, I know you all spent $7, I mean dollars or so to pay for this diploma courses. And I know at the end of it all, you will get your certificate. But to me, it's not enough. I always say it on their platform. It's not enough. What will be good for me is when you apply it and you are happy and you are progressing, you are flourishing, you are making impact. So getting better understanding of what you are being read or taught in this diploma course and then applying it will be the glory of PCCF, not the certificate. So I might not be giving you big grammar. I might not be giving you all these theories, but you can read those ones. You can Google, you can buy books, you can do other things. What I'm interested in you understanding the little I'm going to share with you, and I'm sharing. So please bear with me. I will soon release you. Okay, so let's see another point. So to recap, we have personality, traits, actions, environment, situation, decision-making process, how input is received, and how relationships are maintained. Let's move forward. Now we want to talk about the type in a very simple way. Let me come there for you and share with you. Please, it's about we understanding it. So number one leadership style is coaching. What is the responsibility of a coach? Is to recognize the strength and the weaknesses of people and help people to set goals and provide a lot of feedback. That is the work of a coach. Similarly to mentor. So they will recognize when you say somebody is your coach, they ask you so many questions for them to grab your strength, to see the way you're expressing yourself, to see the way you are developing yourself, to see what you have done so far in developing yourself, to see even the goals that you want to set, to work with you, to understand it better, and then they will give you the feedback. They can even tell you that that goals you set is too small. That dream you are dreaming is too small. They might say, go back and dream again and dream big and then set up a goals. They might even help you in terms of setting up your goals. That's what the way I do sometimes with my mentorship. So coach is about recognizing the strength and the weakness and helping others to set their goals and seeing them through. They are not going to be like mentor that will be with them forever for some time. Their own is to set the goals, see your skills, your talents, your gift, who you are, your potentials, and the goals you are setting in line of what you want to achieve, in line of what you want to succeed on. That is the work of the coach. So if you see somebody saying that they are coach, this is what they do. You might want to be a coach of a certain subject, a certain discipline. For example, now, if somebody is calling me a mindset coach, yes. If somebody is calling me a relationship coach, yes. If somebody is saying that, oh, I'm a coach to the transformational leadership, yes. Because constantly I'm training, constantly I'm organizing a conference, and I'm also giving them the platform for them to excel by networking, collaborating, and connecting, yes. Then the next one is visionary leadership lifestyle. What did they do? They manage through inspiration and confidence. They see the vision of the program you want to do. They see the vision towards the event. They see the vision. They see where this organization can go. They see ahead. And all what they need to do now is to manage and inspire the followers or the team members and build their confidence that yes, we can do it. Remember, yes, you can. So I can call myself a visionary because I can say to you that what you think it is small is big. And what you think it is too big, you can't contain it, you can't achieve it, you can. You can. You just have to change your mindset. Shift your mindset from I can't do it, I can. From negative to positive. See the better side of the coin. That's another leader. Then another leader is servant leadership, focusing on helping team members feel fulfilled. That's the life of a servant. So like I'm doing now presently, I'm serving Dr. Tom Lancey. I'm a servant. I'm serving PCCF. So I can call myself I'm a servant. And most of our leaders have to serve. You serve and then you solve problem. So we are serving. So service should be part of us. But some people can do more than others. I mean, in several occasions, I find myself, despite the fact that I'm the global president of Y.Y.C.I International, I find myself humbling myself, coming out of my shelf, coming out of my palace, coming out of my office to serve my fellow leader in their event. As what? Sometimes I can be at their welcoming table and helping them to fill up the visitor's card. Yes, I've done it several times. I've done it for Powerhouse. I've done it for Y.Y.C.I Aspire. I've done it for others. So I serve people. I serve leaders. I serve during the event. Don't be surprised if PCCF is having a physical event in any country. It could be Nigeria, it could be abroad. And you find me at the decks, at the entrance, helping people to fill the form to register. Don't be surprised, because I'm a servant to serve others so that they can be successful in their events. So they focus on helping team members feel fulfilled. And then we have autocratic or authoritarian, making decisions with little or no input from others. That's another leadership style. That one might not be part of me, but it is necessary sometimes to apply it. But then, some people that are in this kind of leadership style might have forgotten that they don't know it all. They might have forgotten that others as well can contribute. They might have forgotten as well that because they have gone through some trainings, they've developed themselves. So they might think, okay, yes, I will make the decision. But then you need to listen to others. Yes, your decision might be fantastic, but don't just say, yes, that is it. That's how I'm going to do it, and that is final. I know that autocratic or authoritarian can also be rigid a little bit. You can be authoritarian and dictator. Like one of our leaders in Nigeria, former leaders in Nigeria, like Sonny Abacha. What he says is what he says. And I think the same thing that Trump is applying now. This is my decision. This is what I feel. Yes. But that doesn't mean that they don't have mentors. Don't get me wrong. They have mentors. They have advisors. Although they will be the one saying the final, making the decision, final decision. But they will still have one or two people that are also reasoning and also give them some few ideas before they can now say, yes, this is what I mean. This is what is going to happen. So we call them autocratic or authoritarian, and even dictatorship, I think. Is that who you are? Is that the style, the leadership style that you are applying? And then we have this one, laissez-faire or hand-off, which is delegate tasks and provides little supervision. So that means you need to entrust your team. You need to trust them. You need to believe that they can do it. Sometimes you need to give them the tasks that they've never seen before. And then you have to bring out that leadership, that strength in them. Sometimes you can even turn their weaknesses into into strength. They might first of all tell you, oh, no, 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 I can't do it. But you as a leader, you have to push it on and say, yes, you have to do this. Find a way of doing it. And if you need help, come to me. And that will provide a little supervision. And by the time, in several ways, when we're doing the Yes You Can International, when we started about 5 years ago, the first 2 people that worked with me that time, they don't have a clue of moderating. I just called them 10 minutes before the time. I don't know anything about moderating as well. But I just feel like they can do it. So I just called them. I said, you know what? You are moderating today. And then they said, how can they do it? I said, you can. And here they are, they're experts in that area. Or another person that has got, okay, you can coordinate and be a leader of certain areas in Nigeria. They say, I'm timid, I can't speak, I can't do this, I don't have confidence. And I say, all those ones are bad. They are just something that you can do it. You don't expect me to be traveling, to be going to Nigeria and be coordinating the members there. You don't expect me, although at the moment I'm moderating because I'm also learning. But I can't do all the works. If I decide to do all the works, I'm sure I will break down. That's how you need to trust people. And you have to bring the leadership, the power that is in them that they've been keeping for a long time. You need to bring it out. And then that will give you time to focus on other things. So you need to delegate tasks. You can't do it all. As you can see from PCCF, we have somebody that is coordinating. We have somebody that is doing the administrative. We have somebody that is announcing. We have some. Yes, you have to delegate the work in order to make the business or the company to run smoothly. Then we have democratic. Consider the opinions of others before making a decision. I'm sure when I mention that democracy, most of you from Africa will say, because you can see that people can say there is democracy and they can be applying something else. That's what we're talking about. People might think they are democratic and they are applying autocratic. You understand about all that. So why will somebody that is autocratic be involving in democratic? Or maybe you can even apply both together, but you have to be suitable for the people you are leading. It's possible. You can be autocratic and at the same time you can be democratic. You just have to balance it. But before you balance it, you need to understand what it is. For example, autocratic, make decision. Final. That's it. But democratic, consider the opinions of others. What do you think about what I said? So things have to be balanced. And then we have pace setter. Set high standard and focus on performance. So maybe that's one of the skills that some of our African leaders are doing. They set the higher standards and then focusing on the performance. There's nothing bad in that. But you have to measure rig it with the people you are leading. People you are leading. People that are following you. And then we have bureaucratic. Follow a strict hierarchy and expect team members to follow procedure. So these are all we're still going to be going for so that we can understand it better. This is just the list. And I'm going to put this thing down and I want you to respond to me quickly. Quickly. Mention at least, each one of you, mention at least three leadership style that you know or you are operating or you understand. 3, please, everybody. I'm waiting. I'm waiting because I don't say, okay, visionary. Thank you so much, Mr. Nelson. I want you to mention at least 3, please. Coach, servant, visionary. Servant, democratic, visionary. Servant, okay. Can you do me a favor? You've mentioned all these things. Can you just tell me in your own understanding way, what do they mean? Coaching, servant, pastor. Can you just tell me what you understand by coach, servant, visionary, democratic, for everyone, whatever you have mentioned? Can you just give me in a line what you understand by this leadership? Because it's about leadership. It's about understanding the leadership style, isn't it? Even if we spend only 1 hour, at least you understand it. So can you please, everyone, just write, even if it is 1 out of the 3 you've mentioned. I want to know. I want you to tell me your own understanding of coaching, servant, pace setter, visionary, autocratic. Because sometimes, don't be surprised that sometimes some of our leaders don't even understand this leadership style. They need to be on this platform to understand. Because they can say, yes, I'm a leader. Okay, you are a leader. What leadership style do you know? And do you understand the leadership style you are applying? Because it's very important. We are all growing every day. So I'm waiting. Coach, it understands strength, weakness, and help people to set a goal. Thank you so much, Mr. Crown. And I want to believe that you are a coach. Are you a coach? So others, please. Are you a coach? Mr. Crown, are you coaching some people? Okay. Who is this? Federation of Global Diplomacy. What is your name, sir? Transformational leadership, democratic leadership, servant leadership. Thank you so much. I would like to know your name, sir. Federation of Global Diplomacy. What may I know your name, sir? Okay, you are the coach, Mr. Crown. Okay. May I employ you to read more about it so that you can be more effective in your coaching? Very, very important. And you can even have one-to-one talk with Dr. Lonson to help you through because he's also a coach. And maybe you can also suggest some things to him so that we learn from one another. Ambassador Devin Aaron Menti, thank you so much, sir, for giving me your name. And thank you for the list of the leadership style. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Mr. Oladele Ojo, servant, putting myself in place of others by feeling what they feel when serving and go extra miles to serve them. Empathy. Thank you so much. That is very good point. When you are serving, you have to put people in your shoe. That's a good leader. And I believe that you are also applying that leadership style in your leadership. I want to believe. Visionary, cast the vision, manage confidence. Yes, ma'am. And yes, sir, Mr. Sunday Nelson. And many, many more. Please, thank you so much for responding. Let's move on quickly. I promise to release you as soon as possible. But getting better understanding is very, very important. And I want to believe that those that have responded to me, that is this leadership style they are applying. And I want to advise them to keep learning to get better in their leadership. I'm not saying that you are not leading well, but whatever we know who we are, whatever we are doing, we need to do it much more better. Because knowledge is ongoing and getting better, transformation is ongoing. Okay, so I would like others as well to text on the chat box. We are doing very well with our response. I just need us to do it quickly so that we can move on. Thank you so much. Okay, so like I've said, to recap, we have the coach, visionary, servant, autocratic. And I didn't see anybody writing autocratic there. Maybe we don't have them in our midst, but they are still good leader as long as you can apply it well and it suits the people you are leading. That's fine. And of democratic, peseta, bureaucratic, and others. So I believe we're doing well with that. Okay, Mr. James Jana, I will be more interesting if you are applying that leadership. So tell me more about autocratic form of leadership. Has it worked for you and the people you are leading? Please answer that question. Yes, we want to know, you know. That's very, very important. Okay, I would like others that have not talked to also put something down there and explain yourself. Thank you so much for your response. Right, let's continue our let's move on now. So these were the just a little chat about them, which we've mentioned. Decision based on input, democratic leadership, autocratic leadership, decision from a single source. Decision comes from individual employees. That is laissez-faire. And we have strategic leadership. That's another one. That strategic leadership can relate also to visionary. I think if you look at it properly. So strategic leadership, decision based on strategic and goals. Okay. And then we have transformational leadership, pushing to think and work in a new way. You know, that's transformational, that's ongoing. These are the leadership that we embrace, both the creativities, the innovation, the strategy, and all of that things. Some of them can be researchers, bringing new things, seeing new things, and bringing it to apply it in their leadership. And then we have transactional leadership. Employees get reward for work. That means you get promotion, you get some schemes, rewards, another thing. Like somebody challenged you recently. Well, how we put it, that is a good way, even though the person is trying to mess herself up, or whoever is texting me. I don't even know how she got my number. And she was saying that I should watch out my leadership because my leadership is wrong. I say, so he was telling me that somebody worked for me, which I don't employ. Anybody that comes to me, you are coming to learn and develop yourself, develop your skills voluntarily, and then the person saying that my leadership, I don't pay them, I don't do this. How do you know? You don't know how I work. For example, I have a PA. My PA works everything for me, and I paid him, and he never complained. The one you are talking, the person is talking about, is on and off. And I'm also using that to build. And the person has also testified that during the time of this mentorship I'm doing for her, she has built her confidence. So money is not everything sometimes. It might be the skills that you need to develop. It might be yourself that you need to develop what you have, that you don't know that you have it. I mentioned it right from the beginning. I always shy away for somebody calling me a teacher or teaching or training, because I think I'm an inspirational speaker. But I told you right from the beginning when PCCF approached me and they asked me to come and teach. And some of you, you've been here for 3 years. When I keep on saying that I'm not a teacher, you have to go back to your teachers. Me, I'm only an inspiration. I'm here to share my inspiration. And you were there. And you can see my improvement just in the name of Dr. Lon Thompson that has helped me to bring out that teacher, that teaching ability in me. So you understand. So sometimes it might not be in the sense of money. It might be even in a scheme of sending you for more training to develop yourself. It might be in a way that getting the task that you never done before and they want you to try it. So there's so many ways. So when you say transactional leadership, employee get rewarded for work. It could be an award. And you can see, yes, you can international PCCF, we are very good in giving people award to appreciate and recognize what they've done. So it doesn't not really necessarily have to be money. Money spent, go, come and go. You know? Okay. That's by the wayside. Then coaching, we've mentioned, some of you have mentioned it and you said you are part of it, nurtures individuals, yes, which is good. Bureaucratic leadership, decision comes from company, yeah. And then visionary, we've mentioned that also. Situationally, we have also mentioned that decision and leadership style varies by situation. It depends on the situation. Remember, back from our theory, we see the environment, the situation, the action, the decision processing. So this kind of situational leadership can apply in that area where you have discovered that environment and you know exactly what to apply and pace it. Okay, let's move on again. Main leadership theory. Primary leadership theory we include, which we've already mentioned some of them, great man theory. The great man theory of leadership states that great leaders are born with all the right personality traits, such as intelligence, courage, confidence. This theory asserts that you can't develop leadership ability. You either have them or you don't. That's the theory there. It's either you have them or you don't. And it is what you have that you will develop. So opponent of this theory claims it's unrealistic in its basic assumption. Then another trait theory. The trait theory of leadership states that certain natural qualities tend to create good leaders. What are the qualities do you have? Remember when we started, we were mentioning the qualities of a leader. How did you assess it for yourself and for your leadership? So having such qualities, however, does not necessarily mean someone has strong leadership skills. They just have that to develop. Some leaders may be good in listening and communicators, but not every leaders or communicators make a good leaders. You can see. So you can be a good listener. You can be a good communicator. You can be a TV broadcaster or good interviewer. But that doesn't necessarily make you a leader. That's what they're talking about. Behavior, uncle. The behavioral theory of leadership focuses on how a person's environment, not natural ability, form him or her into a leader. Very important. The way somebody that is in local area or urban area, the way they will behave, we might be different from the person that is in the city. Do you agree with me? It has said that a person will be more likely to act or lead in a certain style as a result of their environment and responding with their behavior. So how you behave and the environment you find yourself will determine the kind of leadership style that you will apply. So this theory states that anyone can be a leader if they behave the way others leaders do. You know, that is the theory state. Let me take, for example, it's just an example. I'm not against anything. My president has been a governor of a certain Lagos state. That's an environment. You agree with me? Now God has elevated him to now be the head of state. So the way he was managing people in Lagos state will be different from the way he will manage the whole country. Are you agreeing with me? So it is now his responsibility to readjust. He can apply that leadership of a state when he was there as a governor, but he needs to add more. And I want to believe that's what he's doing. The way you will lead 10 people is totally going to be different from the way you will lead the nation. The way you will lead America, which is the Western world, will be different from the way we lead in Africa. That's why I don't agree with people when they are comparing Africa with Africa, Africa with America, or Africa with UK. I don't buy that idea. The environment is totally different. The people you are leading are different. Their mindset is different. So we need to look into that as well. Then transactional or management theory. The transactional theory of a leader, also called management theory. These are the people that are managing people in the organization. Say that the leadership is a system of rewards and penalty. I just told you. It's not necessarily have to be money. It doesn't have to. Some people might say, okay, we will increase your salary. Some people might say, okay, we will give you a special donation, special uh, um, gift of a money. But it's more than that. You can gain the ability of somebody being sent from Africa to Nigeria, from Africa to UK to study. They can sponsor. Sponsorship is part of the reward. Sending you to go and learn. Banks, you always do that. Because one of my uncle, his bank where he's working in Nigeria, they send him to UK, sometimes in America to study, and they will pay everything. That's part of the reward. You know, it views effective leadership as a result focused and hierarchical. Sorry, I'm not into all that, So transactional leaders prioritize order and structure over creativity by rewarding someone who meets a goal and personalizing someone who doesn't. Then we have another theory. We have the transformational or relational theory. If I am going to teach you on that alone, because that is me, that is who I am. Yes, I apply other culture and others, but transformational and leadership theory is my leadership lifestyle. And I believe everybody that knows me now should know this is the lifestyle. And this is the leadership style I'm applying. Yes, I apply others, but this is the main for me, Elizabeth Lucas. So the transformational theory of leadership, also called relational theory, asserts an effective leader is the result of a positive relationship between leaders and team members. That is why I'm here on this platform. That is why Dr. Lonson trusts me to come and teach. That is why we maintain our relationship for the past 3 years. That is why he keeps calling me and I keep coming. And sometimes I volunteer myself to come. We are building relationship as a team. They call me their mentors. You understand? And I'm their mentor, they are my mentees. And we're building a strong relationship for now and for the future. I'm looking at their progress. I'm watching. I might not be commenting on the group on WhatsApp, because some of you might not know me. But then I'm watching everything that is going on. It's my responsibility to see my brother improving, to see my brother expanding, to see my brother progressing, to see my brother flourishing. So it's my duty, because we are building relationship. Transformational leaders motivate and inspire through their enthusiasm and passion. Oh my God, how many people do I do this to every day of my life? Every day. Remember, my time is different from Indian's time, and I still communicate. The other time I was speaking to a leader in Pakistan at 2 a.m. in UK time. You understand? When they need my advice, I give them. When they need me to do something, I am ready. So they are a model for their team, emphasizing a collaborative work environment, diplomatic communication skills, and effective delegation. So you can read more of that from any books on transformational leadership. You can find, if you want my book is here. You can read that. You can order for it. Then we have situational theory. The situational theory of leadership does not relate to a certain type of leader or claim that any one style is best. Instead, it asserts the best is for that situation, for that environment, for that event. So the way you will lead for that particular situation might be different from other situations. They may respond to a situation by commanding, coaching, persuading, participating, delegating, or however they think is necessary. But it's for that situation. Situation leaders are defined by their flexibility. So let us not forget that. And then if you want to read more about all that, what is the difference between leadership style? There's no time for me to continue, but you can ask questions if you want to. What leadership style is best for communication? It depends on you. That is the simple answer for that. It depends on you. It depends on who you are. It depends on your strength and your weakness. It depends on the situation. It depends on the actions that you want to take, that you are taking. It depends on the decision making. It depends on the environment. That is the simple answer I can give you. But then he says, leadership communication style, listening. Ask follow-up questions. Listen more than you speak. Share their interlocutors' interests. Let others take their time when speaking. Focus on learning what makes them great at summarizing what they've heard. So you can get all these things from leadershippompey.com. You understand? So on this note, I would like to round up with this. As for me, as a transformational lead, I would like to share this with you to say, no matter the level of your leadership or no matter the style you are applying, be mindful, be motivate, and monitor and mentor. Inspire, impart, influence, and also get a better and right information. Bring new ideas no matter your leadership style. That's why I was encouraging some of you to keep knowing yourself. When you know yourself, you will know the leadership style you are using. And you will know the one that is suitable for the environment, for the situation. And you will know how to adapt to the change. It's only that there's no more time. I could have taught you how can you combine 2 or 3 leadership styles together. How can you shift from one leadership style to another leadership style and still work effectively? How can you balance your leadership style? But there's no time. And then D, determine, dedicate, develop, and discipline. S, support, sponsor, share, suggest, and save. Save lives, save time, save money. Then empower, educate, empathy, and encourage others. Transform. Be ready to transform your own lifestyle, your leadership style, your personality trait, your decision-making process, determined to transform to suit this 21st century. We're going into 22nd very soon. Then training. Keep training yourself and keep training your members. Then teaching and testing what you know, testing the system, testing your leadership. On this note, I want to say thank you so much for listening to me. And I'm just going to hand over to Dr. Lonsington. And if you have any question for a few minutes, I'm ready to answer. Or watch this video again at your spare time on YouTube channel, which I'm going to send the link very shortly. And then you can ask your questions on the platform for this evening, if that is okay. But if you still want to ask anything now, be free. We get about 2 minutes to do that. Over to you, sir, Dr. Lonsington.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. In fact, I refuse to do any other thing. I said I must stay from the beginning to the end. I want to say a very big thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I noticed that my wife was busy writing down some points. I said, I say yes, that is excellent. All right, our class students, our learners, our daddies and mommies in the class, we really, really appreciate you. And also we thank you for joining. On behalf of PCCF, Prestige Consult Consulting Firm, please may we all join voices to say thank you to Our Excellency, our mentor, our guardian, in fact, she is all that we have. As long as motivation is concerned, she is everything that we deserve to have. And we are proud that, yes, of a truth, God has blessed her to bless us also in this generation. Thank you once again, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. Please, yes, she has given us chance for us. She has given us chance for us to ask questions now in the class if we do have anyone. But if we don't have any question to ask, as the video will be shared on the platform, you go through it as a recap in order to refresh your memory. Then after then, you now ask your question. But I want to appeal to you, please. Everything that you have been taught is not for you to just throw it away. It is for you to put it in practice. That is the essence of us having this class. It's not all about you coming out to obtain the certificate. No. We want to see the best out of you. We want to ensure that, yes, in your place of work, in your offices, you display what you have been taught. So please utilize this privilege that God has brought us together to work as a team to achieve better things. We are still going to meet again on Zoom. That will be on Saturday, not tomorrow. Not next tomorrow. It's going to be on Saturday. So prepare yourself. I told you people earlier in the class on WhatsApp, I said we are going to take full attendance of everyone that joined the Zoom class. And this will be our first assessment. So anyone that is not here, automatically the person missed first mark and first score. So please take note of this, and we stand on what we said earlier. We have taken record. If your name is not listed here, we do not have your name. Please try to change your Zoom name so that we can have adequate name or your accurate name. Thank you. In the evening, we will not have any class section in the evening, apart from sharing the video and making some illustration of what we have been taught today in this morning section. So there will be no formal class session in the evening. So please have PCCF and also bring more of your friends. We are waiting. Bring more of your friends. God bless you. Thank you so much, Ma. Over to you, Ma.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Johnson. Thank you so much for this privilege to be sharing. And thank you also for contributing to my development and teaching. You'll be happy to know that at present day, apart from Y.Y.C.I International, I've been opportuned to be teaching almost 20 universities and teaching on universities, 20 of universities and 10 of institute globally, just because of your inspiration, inspiring me to continue lecturing. And that has also made me to write and publish almost 25 books in form of a workshop for people that want to read more and learn more of the. And also you have given me the opportunity. These are all the opportunities, Dr. Lansing, that you have granted to me, from inspiring me to lecture. I've also have the online courses now, so people can go into Yes, yyci.org.uk. I don't have to be there. You can just pay and download it and learn as much, watch the video, have the book, and also listen to the audio. All available on www.yyci.org.uk. So credit to you, sir, Dr. Lonsington. I really appreciate your inspiration for pushing me to that level, and that will make me to rest and focus on other things. So I really appreciate that. Now, there's no lesson this evening. I totally agree. But watch the video again and contribute to some, I mean, try to help others that are in the group that they were not opportuned to join this live class, and they are also not opportuned, maybe because of the system of their phone, maybe they are not opportune to even click the YouTube. So please be a leader for them by serving them by anything you've learned so far, drop it on the group so that they also can read through. And also all the questions, I can guarantee you, I'm also on the platform. On my way coming or when I get home on my relaxation, I'll be able to answer some of your questions. So on this note, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. And one more thing I would like to say, please take this teaching, these teachings that all our lecturers are teaching you. Please take it serious. Please, PCCF has done a great job for many. We don't have to be saying it because there's no time to share that. But if I can testify mine, and now I've just told you that I'm now teaching just because of the inspiration I got from Dr. Lonson. I'm now teaching in several platforms. I'm still teaching, not 5 minutes talk. In fact, I'm dropping all this 2 minutes, 5 minutes talk now. I'm focusing because I'm developing my future, whereby when I retire and I want to be traveling, I can travel while things are going, while things are in place. So that is your leader, Dr. Lonson Tom, has instilled and inspired me. So if you can do it for me, there's a guarantee that you will be better, you'll be greater, and you'll be flying all over the place. So don't take this PCCF for granted, please. When it is time, pay. The payment is even cheap. It's £7, £7 or $7 or £7. It's cheap. But guess what? You are not paying for him. You are investing into your life. If I tell you how much have I invested in my life, you will be shocked. I have to borrow money from the bank. I spent nothing less than 20,000 just for me to build my confidence of facing people. 20,000. For me to know how to write books, edit books, publish books. I spent nothing less than $10,000 for the man that came from Canada to teach me. So all this 7,000, Dr. Lawson is just helping you all so that you can afford it. So 7,000 is nothing. I mean, if I have the money, I can even pay everybody, but I don't have that one. I don't have cash, but I have investment. I don't joke with money. I don't have money in my account, but when it comes to investment, I have investment. You understand? And that makes me to even work part-time now and still survive UK. Because if you think Nigeria is tough, when you come to UK, you will know what is tough. I mean, we pay everything. Your rent is monthly. Your rent in Africa is yearly. The rent we're paying here is monthly. On top of it, we are paying tax. On top of it, we are paying bills. On top of it, we are paying all kinds of things. So it's like we are getting the money and we are paying them back. So if you think Nigeria is tough, try to travel to come to UK. Not for holiday. Come and live in UK. Then you will understand what I mean. So please don't take it for granted. The money is reasonable for everyone. Even if they move it to $10 or 10,000, it's still reasonable for your own good. Invest into your development for the future. Very important that I just encourage you to do that. And for those that have paid, may God continue to provide for you. You will not lack any good things. You will go from strength to strength, from glory to glory, from favor to favor. You might think it is just a diploma, but from that diploma, you will gain bigger opening doors, global and national, and you will be testifying the goodness of God. So may God keep you, may God bless you, may God shine his face upon you, and may everything you desire and aspire be reality and manifest in your lives in Jesus' name. So I wish you all the best. Continue to develop yourself, because that is the best for you to sustain and strive for the future. You need to move yourself from survivor to striving. That's who you are. May God bless you all. Have a great day. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye, Ma. Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you, Ma. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. I would like you to leave the platform so I can end this meeting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.